Television and magazine advertising, once considered the centerpiece of a well-designed national advertising campaign, are now facing new media and market realities. First is the issue of absolute cost. The cost of a 30-second commercial during primetime television is at least $200,000. Magazine ads range widely. For many companies, alternative media are needed to achieve promotion objectives. It is estimated that to make an impact in the national consumer market, an advertiser must have a media budget of $1 million or more.
You want to put 5 to 10% away for marketing. In a lot of situations, small and mid-sized companies can't afford to do that because of their cost structure, their overhead. What happens when you look at that type of percentage on a small to mid-sized company, there's no way they could ever afford a national campaign as we know it. TV buy, radio buy, national advertising in national publications. So what we want to do is look at our alternatives that we can use that 5 to 10%. But the kicker is we need to be creative in our reach and our frequency because that 5 to 10% will be gone like that.
Second, the problems of reach and frequency have lessened the cost-effectiveness of ad placements within these media. Both media have declining audiences, and viewers can block advertisements.
Now research shows that 92% of people that have a TiVo will skip watching any form of advertising at all. So the days of reach and frequency being very clear that when you're watching a TV show, you are in fact going to see this advertisement and that are gone. If 92% of that user is not even watching advertising, a big part of your consumer base is not going to see your message.
Third, many product markets are becoming more mature. At this stage, industry sales level off and competition gets tougher. Many companies look for specific customer needs and more narrowly define their market segments. Marketers call this market fragmentation. Persuasive and highly targeted promotion becomes even more important at this market stage. Marketers might segment markets on geography, demographic, and behavioral characteristics.
And start finding out what their behavior is when it comes to how they watch TV, how often do they listen to radio, do they generally look at material that's printed versus electronic.
To overcome this problem, companies serving consumer markets are looking for new ways of communicating with customers, new media technology, and creative ways of catching the attention of consumers. Fourth, intense competition has reduced profit margins in most U.S. industries. Companies serving both consumer and industrial markets have looked to cut non-essential costs. Promotional strategies and budgets have received close scrutiny.
You know, there are statistics out there that support sales is a direct reflection of marketing, but when budgets are cut, marketing is a soft spend. Because a lot of times you can't gauge return on investment when you do marketing, at least not immediately. Long term, you may.
In many cases, companies have turned to direct marketing strategies that have measurable returns on promotional investments. Enter Bluesky Creative, Inc. Located in Cincinnati, Ohio, Bluesky Creative is a marketing company that provides clients with truly innovative ways to reach their audiences.
Bluesky Creative is a marketing company that is very similar to an advertising agency. We provide 4 core services. We provide graphic design, production, fulfillment, and account management. The biggest point of difference when you think of Bluesky versus an agency is we do media purchasing, but we use an outside vendor to help with that. When you think of our client base, it is extremely diverse, and that was a business decision we made a long time ago. One very large pharmaceutical company, and I'll leave that to your imagination, represented over 50% of our business, which is very dangerous for any company. So we've worked very hard to be very diverse in our client base. So we go from Fortune 100 companies all the way down to nonprofit organizations.
Bluesky also offers clients an integrated marketing service that bundles several services into a single unique trademarked technology called Level 10.
We created Level 10 in 2005, and it came to fruition when clients were coming to us and saying, how can we start gauging return on investment in our marketing efforts? And we heard that consistently. Level 10 combines electronic communication with print collateral. You know, years ago we heard print collateral was going to go away. Print collateral is not going to go away. People still like to hold things, and they like to look at it when they want to look at it, unlike strictly electronic communication. Hence, Level 10 was created. From a business aspect, the beauty of Level 10 is we're able to gauge return on investment from the onset of a Level 10 campaign, number one, and number two is we can look at results throughout the entire campaign. It's real-time data.
A Level 10 campaign typically begins with a database of prospects.
So the campaign starts with data, and data can happen one of three ways. Generally, a client may have data that they've used in the past. They want to build upon that data, so they ask us to purchase data based on a criteria. And third is they generally, sometimes will ask, let's take my data and your new data and let's combine the two. We run it through a very sophisticated postal software because we still want to be cost efficient with the data. And as we all know in data, data is only as good as the addresses. So the postal software will allow us to make sure the addresses are accurate and that an address actually exists for that person.
Personal websites are created for each prospect, and prospects receive a postcard designed by Bluesky, which points them to their personal URL. When they log on to their website, prospects are personally greeted and encouraged to provide some basic information about their personal characteristics and interests.
It's really learning people's behavior. And when you look at it from a marketing and sales approach, it is much more effective to talk to someone's interest versus assuming what their interests may be. Data can tell us a lot of information about a person, but until you start asking some questions and drilling down, you don't always have that information. We call it the gray area. Traditional direct mail and a lot of different marketing campaigns, you're pushing the same message to everyone. There's very little relationship building because you're assuming they're going to read that message the same way. And we know from behavior that is not the case at all. People learn and they think and make decisions differently.
This information is stored in the database and used to target additional mailings and to update personal websites. A customized reporting menu allows the client to track data on prospective visits to their personal websites.
The Westchester Medical Center selected Level 10 because recruiting doctors in this area is very, very competitive. So in this Level 10, we have some key features where doctors can provide comments by just clicking on a comment button and providing comments, or they can click a button and ask to be contacted to go over their questions in person or on the phone. We believe the personal URL in comparison to a regular just domain name used in a website is highly effective, especially with doctors. They are so busy to get their attention when they see their name in the domain name of this URL. It's intriguing to them. You know, how did the Westchester Medical Center create a website just for me? It makes them feel special. We like to build the relationship with these doctors so that you know, they come on board. And before they come on board, at least they can come to their site. They can come once, they can come twice, they can come every day, every month, every quarter, just to see the development of the site. And we really use it as a relationship building tool. We track what time they come, what day of the week they come, how many times they visited. So if they come to their site multiple times, then you can see a snapshot right there. This doctor is very interested because he's been to his site 6 times in 2 weeks. So that's very exciting. In addition to the reporting, we have seen as high as 28% response rate, and this is due to multiple touches to the same audience.
Recently, Bluesky added another integrated marketing service called the Constant Marketer that combines web design and hosting, a direct mail campaign, and a biannual newsletter. The growth of e-commerce in business-to-business marketing has fueled high interest in the Constant Marketer among organizations that sell to other organizations. In business-to-business marketing, websites need to be appealing and easy to navigate. Also, direct mail campaigns offer the razor-sharp targeting that can be achieved in business-to-business situations. And newsletters are especially effective when business customers have close relationships with suppliers. The newsletter format accommodates the long copy requirements of announcements. technical articles, industry news, and other professional editorial items which have import to business decision makers. Bluesky Creative's vision for the future of advertising looks to the next generation of Americans and their media preferences.
We're jazzed up to know that it's going from those students that are in school today all the way to their grandparents using Level 10 and different forms, because they're getting information any way that they can, and they're not inhibited and they're not afraid of any of those tools.
Clearly, these media-savvy 20-somethings respond to new high-tech communication approaches, and Bluesky is committed to serving their needs with next-generation communications technology.